Hello and welcome to this video. I am going to be showing you how I generate my YouTube thumbnails using ChatGPT in a few minutes, because this is a good option for a total beginner who has very limited resources to dedicate to their YouTube channel. So I'm just going to open my ChatGPT. Here we are, and I start a new chat. So I'm going to guide you on the checkboxes that I make sure that I go through for my YouTube, for my prompting for the thumbnails. So we're going to start first by the first line that I write is meant to define the visual style of the thumbnail. So I'm going to say generate a photorealistic YouTube thumbnail using my picture. So I'm going to upload my picture for this, because it's always good when you use images to do the prompting. You could start from with no image, just use barely text to prompt, but when you give a reference image, the results are generally better. So my picture as main image on the left, and the banner themes. So I'm going to upload to my YouTube banner so that it copies the themes as main themes. Okay, I do this just so that all my thumbnails have the same visual style. I find that very organized and very visually appealing as well. The next line, I give more details about the thumbnail. So in the first line, I have talked about photorealistic, that's a visual style. I've talked about the size. Just saying a YouTube thumbnail tells you that it's 16:9, and also the main elements. I've talked about my image as a main element on the left. Okay, so now let's go on and talk about the other details, right? Okay, so I would the text on it says we kept the secret quite well. So this is a thumbnail for my YouTube series that I'm starting, and it's about the mistakes that I made in my early adulthood years, and then the lessons that I learned. So it's just a storytelling series that I decided to start creating, and I want you to see how I create the thumbnail for this. So this episode 1. Okay, so I've defined what the text should be, and I'll also go ahead and define the font colors. Colors. Okay. Let me say orange, just so that it matches. Orange and brown. Orange and brown. Yeah, orange and brown. I think we should go with yellow and black box as well. On the bottom right, more details. On the bottom right, I want a YouTube logo followed by my name in the written in curly font. I'm not sure what the font, but I just want it to be curly. Okay, like a sans serif font. Yeah, I think that is it. I don't know anything about graphic designing, and that is why I am using this. I think it's still an effective option for starters, and then for people who do not have resources to dedicate to their video creation in the start. So also it's important to do negative prompting. So I'm going to say what I do not want, and this should be avoid decorative elements, elements and stereotypic depictions. So that is what I don't want. So we go through, we have specified the visual style, we have specified the size, YouTube thumbnail, we could just do size 69. We have specified the main elements, the main themes. We have specified the text plus other details and the font colors and other details. And then we have also done negative prompting. Okay, you need to always start from the most important things and then go to the least important. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the images that I wanted to use, because I referred to some images. So failure image here, this is the image, and another one that's for the banner, YouTube banner. Okay, and then I do enter. You know that there is also the possibility of writing this prompt and then having ChatGPT revise the writing before you go ahead and use the revised prompt to generate an image. I think that also works to make the language more specific and clearer. But then you could start and just go as you learn. If you notice, I am on the paid plan for ChatGPT, but I usually still do this on the free plan. And I think the free plan still produces results that are good enough. Note that all the thumbnails on my channel have been generated in this way. And yeah, it's basically good. The only difference that I would point out is that you sometimes you get a very limited number of edits that you can do on your image. So that is it. Okay, my earlier mistakes, we kept the secret quite okay. Let's write some edits. Okay, important to note, you do not want to take the first result as it. So feel free to always improve, feel free to always tweak as necessary. So this, I want it simple, this is okay, but the text, there's something wrong with the text, so let's improve the text. Okay, first of all, I'll start by edit the main title, so we kept the secret well. We kept the secret well. Okay. Change text colors. I think the text colors, change text colors. I want them to match the colors on my outfit. So yellow and black. Okay. And black. Maintain every other thing. As is. Okay. So usually you would have to edit the image like 2 or 3 or 4 times and you get better proposals. So my advice is to not always take the first result as the final thing. Always tweak, always improve, and the more you generate these images, the more you get better at doing it. So just give it a first try, and as you can see, you do not need any specific knowledge. You just need to have a framework for prompting in your mind and some images, reference images to start from. And I want to emphasize that starting the prompting from images helps you a whole lot, because you would not get something as good as this on your first try if you prompted just from text, because you would not get something as good as this. So yeah, that is it. Okay, now we have something else. Okay, let me see. It says we kept the secret well. Earlier, I don't make mistakes. Okay, so episode 1. Okay, let me see. I want the world's secret. I want the word secret and mistakes in bright red so that I can match the YouTube logo. Remove the full stop. Full stop. Then maintain every other thing as is. As is. Okay. Let's see what we get this time around. And note that I'm not trying to create a super complicated, I'm not a fan of super complicated thumbnails. I just want them simple and clear and complemented by the title of the video. So I'm not looking to do anything too complex, but if you look for something too complex, of course, you could always take your prompting and input something as complex as that. But I want to remind you that if you are not on a paid plan, you likely want to manage your credits, okay? Because after a number of revisions, you can no longer generate images for that particular day. You have to wait for. Okay, so this is what we have, and I can save it. Okay, so yeah, that is it guys. That is how I get my thumbnails in just a few minutes with just some prompting and for free, really for free. So I hope this was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, bye.